In today's video, we are going to experience the gripping story that spans centuries, beginning with a fierce and fateful encounter in the mythical kingdom of Aurea. Our tale starts with the courageous yet doomed effort of Aurea's first king, a ruler whose legacy begins with a perilous confrontation. This king, filled with determination and valor, leads his men into battle against a formidable dragon that terrorizes his realm. The battle is fierce, with the air filled with the clash of swords and the searing flames of the dragon's breath. As the fight intensifies, it becomes tragically clear that the king and his forces are no match for the mighty dragon. One after another, the king's soldiers are defeated, their bravery ending in the jaws and flames of the monstrous beast. In the end, the king stands alone, surrounded by the fallen bodies of his loyal men, facing the dragon in a final stand that epitomizes both his courage and the desperation of his plight. The scene shifts centuries later, to a much-changed Aurea, where the tales of dragons have faded into legend, but new challenges arise. We meet Elodie, the young daughter of Lord Bayford, living in a time of peace but shadowed by economic hardships. Her life takes a dramatic turn when she receives a marriage proposal from Queen Isabel, the reigning monarch of Aurea, who seeks to secure an alliance with Elodie's family. Elodie's father, Lord Bayford, sees in this proposal a chance to alleviate the suffering of their people. He urges Elodie to accept, highlighting the importance of sacrifice for the greater good. Elodie, understanding the weight of her decision, agrees to the marriage, setting the stage for her transformation from a nobleman's daughter to a key figure in the kingdom's political landscape. This story interlaces the valiant yet tragic efforts of Aurea's first king with Elodie's life-changing choices, illustrating the enduring spirit and evolving challenges of the kingdom. As Elodie arrives in Aurea to fulfill the marriage agreement, she and Prince Henry meet with a noticeable lack of enthusiasm towards each other. Both heirs, caught in the web of political alliances, initially see the marriage as nothing more than a duty to their respective realms. However, as they start to spend time together, a shared longing for freedom and adventure sparks a connection between them. They find common ground in their dreams of traveling beyond the confines of their royal responsibilities, gradually forming a bond that transcends their initial indifference. Meanwhile, Lady Bayford, Elodie's stepmother, strives to establish her own connections within the royal court of Aurea but fails to gain the favor of Queen Isabel. In her desperation and perhaps jealousy of Elodie's new role and importance, Lady Bayford attempts to persuade Elodie to break off the engagement. However, her efforts are in vain, as Elodie, aware of the broader implications of her marriage, remains committed to the alliance. After the wedding, a new chapter begins for Elodie and Henry, one that is steeped in tradition and ancient rituals. They travel to the mountains of Aurea to partake in a mysterious ceremony, one that is said to honor the union of the royal couple. It is here that Queen Isabel reveals the chilling history of Aurea's first king, who, in a desperate bid to protect his kingdom from the dragon's wrath, sacrificed his 3 daughters. The ritual that follows is macabre and steeped in the blood of history. Elodie and Henry's hands are cut and pressed together, symbolizing their union not just in marriage but in the shared legacy of sacrifice that has kept the peace in Aurea. In a shocking twist, after crossing a perilous path above the dragon's lair, Henry, instead of safeguarding his new wife, throws Elodie into the chasm, fulfilling the kingdom's dark pact with the dragon. This act unveils the grim reality of the royal family's commitment to preserving their power and peace in the kingdom, a peace maintained through unspeakable sacrifices. Elodie, now part of this ancient and horrifying tradition, becomes a key figure in the ongoing saga of Aurea, her fate intertwined with the very dragon her ancestors feared. After being thrown into the chasm by Prince Henry in a ritualistic sacrifice, Elodie miraculously survives the fall. She awakens to the grim realization that she was meant to be the actual offering to the dragon, continuing the dark legacy of Aurea's royal family. Injured but alive, she narrowly escapes the dragon's fiery wrath, sustaining a severe burn on her leg in the process. Desperate and driven by a will to survive, Elodie stumbles upon an illuminated cave, a sanctuary of sorts, glowing eerily with slugs that radiate light. She quickly gathers these slugs, using them to light her way, and ventures deeper into the mountain's labyrinthine interior. Her exploration leads her to a chamber that holds the chilling echoes of past horrors, evidenced by a note declaring, "Safe here she cannot reach," alongside the names of the kingdom's previous sacrifices and a map etched into the wall. As Elodie succumbs to exhaustion and sleep, the slugs, possessing healing properties, miraculously mend the burn on her leg, showcasing the mountain's hidden wonders and secrets. Revitalized and guided by the map, she navigates the mountain's treacherous paths, only to find herself at a precipice overlooking a grim scene, the remains of dragon hatchlings, revealing the tragic truth behind the royal family's sacrifices to appease the adult dragon. At this critical juncture, a rescue party led by her father, Lord Bayford, arrives, igniting a glimmer of hope for Elodie's escape. However, this hope is quickly overshadowed by tragedy as the dragon, relentless and ruthless, attacks the party. Amidst the chaos, Elodie seizes the opportunity to flee the mountain's deadly grasp. In a desperate bid for survival, Elodie commandeers a horse from the fallen rescue party and races away from the mountain. She takes refuge under a rock, barely escaping the dragon's fiery onslaught, which scorches the land in its futile search for her. With the kingdom in turmoil after the failed sacrifice, Queen Isabel, desperate to maintain the peace established by the ancient pact, resorts to a sinister plan. She kidnaps Floria, Elodie's younger sister, intending to use her as a replacement offering to the dragon. This shocking act of desperation sets the stage for a dramatic confrontation. Upon learning of her sister's peril, thanks to the timely intervention of Lady Bayford, Elodie, driven by a fierce resolve to save her sibling, returns to the dreaded mountain. Floria, left alive deliberately as bait to lure Elodie back, becomes the key to the queen's cruel plot. Elodie, leveraging her newfound knowledge and the lessons of her harrowing experiences, devises a plan to distract the dragon and rescue Floria. She tells Floria to hide, then bravely faces the dragon, attempting to unravel the web of deceit woven by generations of Orian rulers. Elodie confronts the dragon with a revelation: the ritual of joining hands in blood during her wedding to Prince Henry inadvertently bonded the princesses to the Orian royal line, causing the dragon to perceive them as part of the kingdom's royal family. However, the dragon, embittered by years of betrayal and the memory of the first king's unprovoked attack, rejects Elodie's explanation and lashes out in anger. In a stunning display of wit and courage, Elodie manages to outmaneuver the dragon, leading it to accidentally injure itself with its own flames. Faced with the dragon's vulnerability, Elodie's actions take an unexpected turn. Rather than seizing the opportunity to kill the beast, she chooses compassion over vengeance. Utilizing the healing properties of the glowing slugs, Elodie not only cures her wounds but also tends to the dragon's injuries, forging an unprecedented bond between human and dragon. After healing the dragon and herself, Elodie, driven by a newfound sense of justice and a determination to end the cycle of deceit and sacrifice, makes a dramatic return to the Orian palace. Her timing is critical, as another wedding is underway, poised to perpetuate the kingdom's dark tradition of sacrificial offerings to the dragon. Elodie's entrance is not just a disruption but a revelation, as she boldly exposes the Orian royals' treachery to the gathered assembly, including the new bride and her family. With the truth laid bare, she urges them to escape the doomed fate that awaits them in Aurea, severing the chain of sacrifices that has bound the kingdom and its dragons in a pact of blood and fire. The dragon, now aligned with Elodie in a bond forged by understanding and mutual healing, exacts retribution on the palace, engulfing it in flames. This fiery judgment consumes the Orian royals and nobles, eradicating the architects of the cruel sacrifices and liberating the kingdom from its bloody legacy. In the aftermath of this purging fire, Elodie, alongside her sister Floria and Lady Bayford, prepares to leave Aurea behind. Their departure is not just a physical journey but a symbolic move towards a new beginning. They sail home, laden with supplies, signaling the start of a rebuilding process not just for their own lives but also for their community. Remarkably, they are accompanied by the dragon, once the feared enemy of Aurea, now an ally in their quest for a better future. Thank you for embarking on this incredible journey with Elodie through the trials, revelations, and transformations of Aurea. If you've been captivated by this tale of courage, betrayal, and redemption, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and share your thoughts in the comments below.